Get the Shinjabi U2's plush before April 19. Links in description. Once it's gone forever. Don't say I didn't warn you. Hey, my name is Jobby, and I already told you we're finishing the Cang Toys THUNDERKING this frickin' year. This is the second to last one in the set, so quit talking that slag before I... The Cang Toys CT-GO05 Thorilla and the CT-GO08 Rusirius are part of a series of third-party G1 Predakons that combine into PREDAKING. You should know this by now. It's only been 4 years. And if you don't, check the playlist. Let's just crack this open because I've been sitting on this particular set for 2 years. Why'd I do a Just Playing stream, subscribe to Jobby too, if I wasn't gonna review it anytime soon, you jag off? Past Jobby can be a pain in my ass. With how long these guys have been sitting in storage, I was almost expecting them to crumble to dust. Is that something that happens? But to my delight, Thorilla here is practically brand new. Rusirius will come later, of course. Timestamps in the description if I didn't drink too much last night. So to my knowledge, Thorilla doesn't have a direct G1 counterpart. He's a Cang Toys original character. And like any good OC, his design takes a few cues from a more popular character. A big bot, if you will. Thorilla, more like Nemesis Primal. He's not entirely primal, but I'm just saying the Optimus influence is definitely there. If I say this mecha monkey looks like the most popular mecha monkey, am I racist? The beefy proportions, the shoulder pads, that head sculpt is so prime that I could put in my playlist. And the light piping here is incredibly effective. Helps that the entire back half of his head is clear red plastic. Should have done that for the beast mode, I'll cry about it later. Wish he had those prime jets on his back instead of a pair of pecs. Not the worst backpack I've seen, but from the side, he looks like a stretched out JPEG. And besides these primal-esque arm cannons, the rest of his arsenal is significantly different from his maximal cousin, and a bit more epic. First of all, hammer time. Some assembly is required, and this is technically parts forming. All these little bits play a part in the full combination, which is coming soon, fuck you. And now you know why he's called Thorilla. It isn't because he's mid. This thing would be so sick if he could actually hold it. The connection of the tab is pretty tight, certified gorilla grip, but the weight of the hammer naturally makes it fall off. Sounds like my channel. Thankfully, there's a slot higher up on the handle, and look at that, he can hold it. This big old gun is also pretty cool. Has no trouble staying in place. But my favorite weapons here are definitely these batteries. As expected from Cang Toys instructions, the English here is baffling. It gets worse. Holy goddamn mother of frick is this prime! That's the quote, right? Even with these gigantic gloves attached, he stands up proudly. Helps that there's a significant amount of die-cast metal here, which you could see and feel. Die-cast construction is not a lost art, obligatory primal quote. He's hefty, he's sturdy, he's solid, which makes it a lot of fun to pose. You got a card? That's on the back. Ball joint at the head. Every ball joint can be a swivel. Looks up that far and down that far. Hinge joint at the shoulder pads. Ball joint here. Every ball joint. Hinge joint, hinge joint, hinge joint. Rotation at the shoulder. Arm moves out. Bicep swivel. Double bend at the elbow. Elbow swivel. Hinge joint, hinge joint. Wrist swivel. Hinge joint, ball joint at the base of the thumb. Hinge joint here. Ball joints at the base of each finger. And a hinge joint at all of the fingers. Individually articulated. Make sure this tail flap is flipped up to allow for a waist swivel. Ball joint at the front skirt, which gets it out of the way for a rotation at the leg. Can't move back that far. He's got a ratcheted thigh swivel for very good reason, you'll see. Ratcheting knees, a slight ankle swivel, a toe bend, and a damn good pivot. Posability's great. He's not as agile as some of his Predakon brothers, but I'd rather he be as stiff as possible, considering what part he plays in the combination. Let's just say that THUNDERKING size is impressive. Size comparison time. Here's Figma-matic Economy, Haya Toys Godzilla, the Magic Square Light Up Piece, not Optimus Prime. My previous review, the Revoltech and Figma Ochako Uraraka, which didn't do as well as my Transformers reviews. I'm totally not depressed about it. If you watched it, thanks for taking a chance on something different. As for the rest of you... And finally, his fellow Predakons. While he's not as elegant as Firmament or as flashy as King Lion, Thorilla has his own bulky, brutish appeal, which is also the case for his beast mode. Time to maximize my profits. Thanks for not skipping the transformation. After spending 4 years reading these messy Cang Toys instructions, I finally understand their language. This wasn't hard to follow. It also helps that the actual transformation is super simple, which results in a really fun gorilla mode. Even though the robot mode didn't shift around too much, this mode is still strangely proportionate, even if his stinking paws are a bit small. But that's somewhat fixed with these knuckle dusters, which are really important for later, don't lose them. And the head sculpt is absolute fire! I love the design here. But what a damn shame about the lack of light piping. His eyes are molded in clear red plastic, but there's nowhere for light to penetrate. I guess you could better stop abusing the monkey or YouTube might think I'm a kid's channel. Get that shit out of here. This would have been fine if he had a light up feature, but no. At least he's got cheeks, very cool. And it's very cool that all his previously mentioned weapons are still grabbable. And I do mean all of his weapons. You already know that these weapons allow for some fun poses. Swivel here. Can look up that far and look down that far. Opening mouth. Our shoulder pads and the arms are exactly the same as the robot mode, down to the individually articulated fingers. No more waist swivel because the crotch plate locks it in place. But if you did keep this boing swivel here, and again, the legs are exactly the same as the robot mode, except now you get a backwards knee joint and a separately articulated big toe. Also, the cheeks are somewhat posable. Posability is still great, but of all the accessories here, where's the banana? Is that racist? Size comparison time! Monica Godzilla Prime Predakons. For someone who wasn't a part of the original team, this ape fits right in. Your ass. Now let's get him into his Combinatorial Morphology Orthogonal Diagonalizer. Fuck you. After sliding that up, the hips suddenly have super tight ratchet joints. How? And those knuckle dusters slide in to give his beautiful spread some serious click. What in the Chinese witchcraft is this? Super impressive that a fully transformable and proportionate gorilla could seamlessly slip into a snazzy pair of pants. The waist mode is as promising as any of the other Cang Toys limb modes, but I gotta wonder why he cheeked up. Besides that bit of posability, the majority of this mode is solid, which bodes well for the fully combined Thunderking. Now those ratcheted thigh swivels make sense. Wouldn't want this 4-year journey to end in wobbly defeat. And speaking of feet, hold on. Size comparison time? God damn! God, that's a huge bitch! Godzilla Prime and the Predacon. As much as I want to put these guys together, I'll wait for just a bit longer because that Cang Toys THUNDERKING finale is coming out sooner than you think. Or just watch my second Just Playing stream for this set. I couldn't help myself. Subscribe to Jobby too. Also watch my King Lion review if you haven't, because the Cang Toys CTGO08 Rusirius is pretty much the same figure as the Sirius, just with a different upper body and head sculpt, a different wolf head, and of course a different number on his chest. However, those previously mentioned tiny bits plug into the foot mode to make it more stable, theoretically. And the final pair of tiny bits is already attached to the Cang Toys Lambo, remember that? Wouldn't blame you if you don't. So before I go combiner crazy and take another step, I'll keep it in my pants and say this set is excellent. Good luck getting it anywhere though. Of course it's completely out of stock after 4 years. No wonder you guys don't have faith in me.
But Jobby, how could you call this a full review if you didn't thoroughly cover Rusirius? Are Rusirius?
Oh god, what the fuck? And don't forget to order the Shin Jobby plush before April 19. You'll get them just in time for the spooky season. Celebrate over 1 million views on Who Will Know Acapella and any future lore updates. Wait, there's lore to this shit? Unlike their Predacons, the Cang Toys Dinobots won't take me 4 years. Maybe 3 years.